Matthew Perry's ex-partner and former assistant Kayti Edwards has raised questions about the star's death, revealing for the first time that he was scared of needles. Perry was reportedly injected at least 21 times with drugs in the last week of his life. But in an exclusive interview with the Mirror US, Kayti, 47, says that he always confided in her that he feared dying via injection and he would never do it. "This is the weird thing to me. Matthew always told me that he would never, ever, use needles or inject anything into his body. He didn't even want to have tattoos," she says. "I would often see him very high and using lots of different drugs. I would always get so scared and tell him that he had to stop mixing all this stuff, saying you're gonna die. But he was like, you only die when you use needles, and I would never, ever, ever do that." Kayti worked as his assistant in 2011. She also dated the Friends star in 2006. The pair remained friends right up until his death at age 54, in October 2023. She says the circumstances of his death has left her baffled. "When I heard that he let his assistant do it, I just couldn't understand, especially as he had no medical training," she explains. She also says there are serious questions as to why no drugs or paraphernalia were found at the scene. "If you have given him a big shot, there would be a needle and evidence of ketamine in the house. Where did it all go? Why did the assistant shoot him up with all those drugs and leave?" she says. "I always stayed with Matthew if he was taking drugs, as I didn't want him to OD, or anything to happen. I could call 911. But why wasn't his assistant there?" Investigators told how Dr. Salvador Plasencia conspired with fellow medic Mark Chavez to supply the actor with large amounts of ketamine, writing in a message, "I wonder how much this moron will pay, and let's find out." His assistant Kenneth Iwamasa has already pleaded guilty to conspiring to distribute ketamine causing death, admitting to repeatedly injecting Perry with ketamine without medical training. Iwamasa, 59, pleaded guilty to conspiring to distribute ketamine causing death, while Chavez, 54, has pleaded guilty to conspiracy to distribute ketamine. Plasencia, who is charged with conspiracy to distribute ketamine, 7 counts of distribution of ketamine, and 2 charges related to allegations he falsified documents during the investigation into Perry's death, pleaded not guilty. Follow